What if I told you that some of the most effective home defense tactics ever created weren't designed for police or soldiers, but for ordinary people living in ordinary homes during the most dangerous time in human history? During World War II, governments around the world assumed one thing: your city would be bombed, your neighborhood could be invaded, and help might never come. So they taught civilians how to defend themselves, not with gadgets, not with expensive technology, but with psychology, architecture, light, sound, and, well, fear. And here's the unsettling part. Most of those tactics were never erased because they stopped working. They were erased because they worked too well. In World War II, home defence wasn't optional. Britain expected Nazi paratroopers. Germany expected Allied saboteurs. The United States feared coastal landings. So governments published manuals, held drills, and trained civilians to think like defenders. Not heroes, not action stars, survivors. These weren't about winning a fight. They were about deterrence, delay, confusion and survival. Because the goal wasn't to defeat the enemy. It was to make your home a problem they didn't want to deal with. And that principle hasn't aged at all. One of the first lessons taught in World War II civilian defence manuals was simple. Darkness is protection. Entire cities practiced blackouts. Windows were covered, lights were masked, even cigarettes were hidden. Why? Because light gives away position, movement and vulnerability. A lit window at night is an announcement. Someone is here. Awake, exposed. During the war, homes that failed blackouts became targets. Today, it's the same principle. Motion-activated lights can be useful, but constant interior lighting at night does something dangerous. It silhouettes you. World War II doctrine taught civilians to move in darkness they understood, and force intruders into darkness they didn't. Not total blackness. Controlled darkness. Low light in hallways. Light only where it gives you information. Not where it gives you away. Darkness isn't primitive. It's tactical. Before motion sensors, before cameras, there was sound discipline. True households learned that silence was impossible, so instead they designed noise on purpose. Gravel paths near doors, loose objects near windows, hanging items that clinked when disturbed. The idea was simple. If someone moves where they shouldn't, you hear them before they see you. This wasn't paranoia. It was engineering. Modern homes often erase sound cues. Carpets, soft closed doors, noise-cancelling environments. Force the intruder to announce themselves, because the moment they make noise, you regain time, and time is the real weapon. Here's something rarely discussed. World War II home defence manuals emphasised one strange rule. Never make your house feel empty or routine. Why? Because attackers study patterns. Lights on at the same time. Doors always locked the same way. Shades opened and closed on schedule. Predictability was seen as vulnerability. So civilians were trained to break patterns. Lights on in one room, off in another, randomised routines, even fake signs of multiple occupants. An unpredictable home feels alive, and intruders avoid uncertainty. Today, most people broadcast routines online, when they leave, when they sleep, when they're away. Where my thinking was the opposite. Confusion equals safety. If someone can't read your home, they hesitate, and hesitation saves lives. Here's the uncomfortable truth. World War II planners understood most attackers don't want to fight. They want ease, speed, low risk. So civilian defences focused on psychological resistance, not walls, not weapons, signals, signs of awareness, signs of readiness, signs that something will go wrong if they continue. A barking dog, real or implied, movement behind curtains, unexpected sounds. The goal wasn't intimidation through strength, it was intimidation through uncertainty. Even today, studies show intruders abandon attempts when they sense they've been noticed. World War II home defence wasn't about bravery. It was about making yourself a bad choice. During World War II, the idea of a safe room didn't mean a bunker. It meant positioning. Civilians were taught to identify parts of the home that offered cover, not concealment. Multiple exits, visibility of approach points. Often it wasn't a room at all. It was a corner, a stairwell, a place with advantage. Modern safe rooms focus on isolation. World War II defence focused on control of space. Where can you see movement? Where can you retreat? Where do you force others to expose themselves? These are ancient ideas, still valid, because architecture hasn't changed, human behaviour hasn't changed, only our memory has. So, why don't we talk about this anymore? Because after the war, society wanted comfort, convenience, the illusion of safety. Security became something outsourced, professionalized, packaged. The idea that civilians might need situational awareness again felt outdated, uncomfortable. But history doesn't disappear. It waits. And the people who survive crises are usually the ones who remembered lessons everyone else forgot. World War II. Home defence wasn't about fear, it was about attention. Knowing your space, understanding human behaviour, and realising that safety is rarely loud or dramatic. Ask yourself, if danger came tonight, would your home protect you or expose you? Because the past isn't warning us, it's offering instructions. We just stopped listening.